friends, this is JB with the 14-Day Wisdom Challenge show, and we've got to get it rocking and rolling, man. We've got to fire it up. Fire yourself up, okay? Now, you ever get that? You're like, I'm just not sure if I really have it in me to do something. I'm kind of feeling a little bit like apathetic and just want to chill for a bit. You know, sometimes that's when you have to dig deep. And we're digging deep today. We don't have nearly as much as we have been going over, but when the Lord answers Job, what we need to do, we need to listen, okay? So put your earbuds on, put whatever it is that you're listening on, and listen carefully. Let's listen well. Then the Lord answered Job out of the whirlwind and said, "Who is this that darkeneth counsel by words without knowledge? Dressed for action like a man." You ever see that? Look, men out there, dress for action like a man, okay? Don't be a punk, don't be a wimp. Get in your battle-ready outfit and be the man. Play the man, that's what they say. I will question you, and I will make it known to me, and you will make it known to me. Sorry. Where were you when I laid the foundation of the earth? Tell me if you have understanding. Who determines its measurements? Surely you know. Or who stretched the line upon it? On what were its bases sunk? Or who laid its cornerstone? And these are all actual like masonry terms in many ways. It's interesting, all these things. The bases sunk. Really? How do you know, it's great how he just uses the words that we're going to really know and understand. When the morning stars sang together, and all the sons of God shouted for joy, or who shut in the sea with doors, when it burst out from the womb. When I made clouds its garment, and thick darkness its swaddling band, and prescribed limits for it, and set bars and doors, and said, "Thus far shall you come, and no further. And here you shall your proud waves be stayed? Have you commanded the mornings since your days began, and caused the dawn to know its place, that it may take hold of the skirt of the earth, and the wicked be shaken out of it? It is changed like clay under the seal, and its features stand out like a garment. From the wicked their light is withheld, and their uplifted arm is broken." Okay, he's talking about the wicked. He's talking about who he just knows it all, basically. He's done it all. Here, let's see, let's continue. Have you entered into the spring of the sea? Now, this is like a, it's sort of like an ironic tone, sarcastic almost in tone, okay? Or walked in the recesses of the deep? He knows it. It's the rhetorical question is what the Lord's asking him. Have the gates of death been revealed to you? Or have you seen the gates of deep darkness? Have you comprehended the expanse of the earth? Declare if you know all this. What is the way to the dwelling of light? The dwelling of light. Isn't that interesting? That's like the source, okay? That's the source. Where is the way to the dwelling of light? And where is the place of darkness? That you may take it to its territory, and that you may discern the path to its home. You know, for you were born then, and the number of your days is great. Have you entered the storehouses of the snow, or have you seen the storehouses of the hail? Which I have reserved for the time of trouble, for the day of battle and war? What is the way to the place where the light is distributed? Again, he keeps on asking Job, as if Job would know, but he knows he wouldn't know. But Job's, he's got to trust in God. This is the God this is our God who has done it all. Or where the east wind is scattered upon the earth, who has a cleft channel of torrents of rain, and a way for the thunderbolt to bring rain on a land where no man is, on the desert in which there is no man, to satisfy the waste and desolate land, to make the ground sprout with grass. Has the rain in a father? Or who has begotten raindrops of dew? For whose womb did the ice come forth? And who has given birth to the frost of heaven? How do we know? Only God's going to know these things. So it's rhetorical. The waters become hard like stone, and the face of the deep is frozen. Can you bind the chains of the Pleiades, or loose the cord of Orion. Oh, those are the constellations. Not sure if I said that correctly. Pleiades. Can you lead forth the Mazzaroth in their season, or can you guide the bear with its children? Do you know the ordinances of the heavens? Can you establish their rule on earth? Can you lift up your voice to the clouds, that the flood of waters may cover you? Can you send forth lightnings, that they may go and say to you, here we are? Who has put wisdom in the inward parts, or given understanding to the mind? Who can number the clouds by wisdom, or who can tilt the waterskins of the heavens, when the dusts run into a mass and the clods stick fast together? Can you hunt the prey for the lion, or satisfy the appetite of the young lions when they crouch in their dens, or lie in wait for their thicket? Who provides the raven its prey when its young ones cry to God for help and wander about for lack of food? Oh boy, look, all this is God. He's asking him. He's like, Job, you just think about things for a sec, right? Oh, great. Now this marvelous. Here we go, Job. All right, I'm thinking we got by Elu. We are in. Okay, here we are, Job 39. Do you know when the mountain goats gave birth? Do you observe when calving of the calving of the does? Can you number the months that they fulfill? Do you know the time when they give birth? When they crouch, bring forth their offspring, and are delivered of their young? Their young ones become strong. They grow up in the open. They go out and do not return to them. Who has let the wild donkey go free? Who has loosed the bonds of the swift donkey? To whom I have given the arid plain for his home, and the salt land for his dwelling place. He scorns the tumult of the city. He hears not the sounds of the diver. He ranges the mountains as his pasture, and he searches after every green thing. Is the wild ox willing to serve you? No, he wouldn't. Will he spend the night at your manger? Can you bind him in the furrow with ropes, or will he hollow the valleys after you? Will you depend on him because his strength is great, and will you leave him to your labor? Do you have faith in him that he will return your grain and gather it to your threshing floor? The wings of the ostrich wave proudly, but are they the pinions and plumage of love? For she leaves her eggs to the earth and lets them be warmed on the ground, forgetting that a foot may crush them, and that the wild beast may trample them. She deals cruelly with her young, as if they were not hers. Though her labor be in vain, yet she has no fear, because God has made her forget wisdom and given her no share in understanding. When she rouses herself to flee, this is big right here. This is actually the golden nugget. Okay. This and this. This and this. She deals cruelly with her young, as if they were not hers. Though her labor be in vain, she has no fear, because God has made her forget wisdom and given her no share in understanding. And so it's this idea that we are entrusted with wisdom and understanding that we need to be stewards of, me especially. When she rouses herself to flee, she laughs at the horse and his rider. Do you give the horse his might? Do you cloak his neck with a mane? Do you make him leap like the locust? His majesty snorting is terrifying. His paws in the valley and exults. He paws in the valley and exults in his strength. He goes out to meet the weapons. He laughs at fear and is not dismayed. He does not turn back from the sword. Upon him rattle the quiver, the flashing spear and the javelin. With fierceness and rage he swallows the ground. He cannot stand still at the sound of the trumpet. When the trumpet sounds, he says, "Ah!" He smells the battle from afar, the thunder of the captains and the shouting. Is it by your understanding that the hawk soars and spreads his wings toward the south? Is it at your command that the eagle mounts up and makes his nest on high? On the rock he dwells and makes his home on the rocky crag and stronghold. From there he spies out the prey. His eyes behold it from far away. It's crazy. This is like a poem. It wasn't even written in English here. This young one sucks up blood, and where the slain are, there is he. And the Lord said to Job, shall a fault finder contend with the Almighty? He who argues with God, let him answer it. So the Lord has basically said to Job, look, you have so much limited capacity, and if you want to shout against, me, or listen to anyone else who shouts about me, go ahead. See where that gets you. See where that gets you. You guys need to pour into this wisdom, my friends. This is the 14-Day Wisdom Challenge show. Watch, read, share. This is why we are here. It's for you to pour into this, to continue on this journey that you've got. My friends, keep pouring in every day. 14-Day Wisdom Challenge. Day at a time, 14, chunk it up. Let's do this. Get wisdom, get insight, get understanding. Do it, and do it now.